What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Many of you brothers know that I have a passion for the black community in America, and I've also found out that I have a passion for the continent. And of course, that's why I started one of the best dating shows here in Black YouTube called the Pan-African Dating Show. And I hope that you brothers go and check it out at the first comment pinned to the top. We're currently at 10,500 subscribers. And what I try to do is to bring the whole black world together through dating, right? And that's with the African American community. You'll see on there, you'll see Ugandans, you'll see Kenyans, you'll see those from Swaziland, everybody, all right? And when I look at us as a group, I'm African American, but I look at us as having very similar issues, although we live in different places. But one of the things that I don't like, and I am an African American, is when on either side you will have brothers and sisters who talk about each other and then ask for favors on the second hand, right? It's almost like somebody who, is begging you for money after they disrespected you. Things like that, right? And I will say this about Brother Akon. Akon musically, and I know some of you African brothers is going to feel any kind of way. I don't care if he's African or not. Akon is a no talent to me. I'm just going to be honest. In comparisons to the artist, he might have had some. He's an auto-tune specialist. It's a no talent as far as a musical genius. He's not a singer. He can't sing. He's an auto-tune guy, I think. He's not talented. He has some songs. He's not talented. They're African Americans, I will say, that have songs like Blueface and are not talented. But as far as a Pan-African, I like what Akon's trying to do. Okay? I like what the brother Akon is trying to do. I think overall Akon is a good brother. But now Akon says things like this that just really make the beef between the African American community and African community. This is what causes things like this, saying stupid things like this. Let's play this clip.
I know a lot of times we have the tendency to blame the white man for everything that's going wrong, right? And that's majority of African Americans in America feel. You know, you're not saying nothing that everybody don't feel. That don't necessarily mean it's true, but with the circumstances that surround us, that's why we believe that way. So at the end of the day, it was like, if you are in a position in life where you feel like you don't own your own content, you don't own anything, and they should be investing in us, this is the opportunity now to be able to own that in which we're complaining about. Because in Africa, it's a clean slate. You can build that empire there. You can build that infrastructure there. And you already got the information. You're already educated on how to do it, because we've done it here and made billions of dollars for corporations all day. Africa is the only place in the world where black people can go and build Fortune 500 companies from scratch within 5 years.
It could be like China, easily.
No, seriously. And this took them hundreds of years to build. You can build it now within 5 years.
Yeah.
China took that same, mind state 25 years ago. China was no different from Africa 25 years ago. Go to China now. Look at Dubai, the Middle East. They just started 15 years ago and started building that same concept.
I'm kind of, me just want to be 100%. I understand what you exactly mean. So you're saying that Africa right now, so how could Africa be the new China? How can we say that? So
black people.
For all our black people, yes.
Go back to Africa.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing here, do it there. Whether it's real estate, entertainment, education,
label, sneaker company,
whatever,
clothing line,
whatever.
Start it there.
Do it there. Don't even start it. Do it there. It's going to grow out of there anyway. But Africa's big enough you won't ever have to need no other country anyway. Think about it. Everything you do is in America.
You get hot in Africa.
No, you don't.
Well, it depends on you said
Africa's
country,
the second biggest continent in the world.
Africa.
It's over 1 billion people.
Who's the biggest continent? Europe?
Huh?
Who's the biggest continent?
Well, it's continent and country.
Asia.
So here we have with this confirmation bias. Africans have stage presence because they're from Africa. And Black Americans are sagging with their pants hanging down. And all of them are boring. Now, see, if we're going to talk like that, because you're going to have some people in America, those Negroes in America, so that might not have been just Black Americans, because you're going to have people like, brothers that are from Haiti, from the Caribbean, that are in America. Like Kodak Black is a Haitian, but he's a Black American. But we're going to take it as you're talking about our people. Here's the reality, Brother Akon. You're also the same person that says stuff like this. So that's something that you're talking about. Black people need to come back to Africa. African Americans need to come back to Africa. When you're making the distinction that Africa is different, or Africans are different than Black Americans, or they have more talent than Black Americans. If that is the case, brother, why are you asking Black Americans to come back to Africa? If y'all have the talent that you need, you would never be recruiting us to come back there. But that's what you do all the time. But then on the other hand, here you are disrespecting our people, bro. And this is exactly why people like you not gonna get no support from Black Americans. Because again, you're trying to separate our people. And again, like I know some African brothers talk like this, because you're gonna feel like with your crew, I talk to Ugandans, they're gonna feel like, they have a better opportunities than Kenyans, and Kenyans are gonna feel that about Nigeria. And I get that, right? But when we're talking about trying to be on the same level, and this is no disrespect, because a lot of Africans are good people. I know them. They don't even like this kind of stuff that Akon's talking about, because it separates our brothers and sisters when we are all at the same page. Brother, you have to be reprimanded for using that lingo when, in the defense of our people, we got some of the best stage performers of all time. Period. In this generation, if you want to talk about Usher, Chris Brown, John Legend, even though he's a different on-stage performer. If you want to go back before that, you got Fantasia. If you want to go back before that, Michael Jackson, James Brown, New Edition. So, brother, like you gotta, you like when you're talking about that, and these are the brothers and sisters that you look up to. You've been looking up to them. And I give props to how the brothers in Nigeria are doing, brothers in Africa are doing. The Burna Boys, the if you're in Uganda, the Spice Dianas. I give B2Cs. I give Eddie Kenzos. I give props to the brothers and sisters out there doing Diamond Platinums. God bless them. They're great. I got turned on the Afro beats in 2018. Now, I follow the genre. I love it. I love it. I love all our people. But we got to stop talking stupid. If we're going to roast them, let's roast everybody together. Like how Brother John Henry Clark does back in the day. Bless his soul. Or Brother Lumumba out of Kenya. Then it makes sense. But when you're out here asking African Americans to come back, and you're going to be disrespectful like that towards the Black community in America, brother, you need to be, I'm just going to be honest, brother, you need to be checked. You need to be checked. Because what I hate is that when I hear African, there's one time I was in Uganda, I was with somebody, I won't call the person's name. You will find this particular person always in the African American community trying to get brothers to come to Uganda. This particular brother told me, I will never marry an African American woman or deal with people from like the African American community. Now, but at the same time, if I would have said it about your woman, you would have a fit. But every time you're looking at taking photos with somebody, you're taking them with somebody from the African American community, trying to get clout, when you're looking for investors in your country, that's who you're looking at. You're not even targeting your own diaspora because you feel like they're too hostile. You know? And we don't even want to talk about some of the brothers and sisters in the Black American community. We don't get along. Hey, it's a lot of Africans that don't get along also, and sometimes worse than us. And the same thing that Akon is saying about us, you can find people talking about that and about each other in Nigeria. Hausa versus Igbo, Igbo versus Yoruba. It's even worse than what we got going on. The intra-African beef is much worse than the African American and the African beef. It's worse. It's worse. You can't even travel through Africa as an African. And when y'all talk like that, I don't know if it's to try to give you some camaraderie, but bro, go to the border let me tell you a story. Brother Walden Maya is a personal friend of mine, good friend of mine for many years. We meeting up pretty soon, okay? Brother Walden Maya was in Kenya. We were both here at the same time. We were both in Kenya at the same time, rather. Brother Walden Maya was trying to send, we were staying at an apartment, trying to send some M-Pesa. He didn't have a M-Pesa card at the time. M-Pesa is like mobile money, something like PayPal, okay? But just on your phone, text messaging money to somebody. And he was asking people, could they help him send the money in the M-Pesa shop? All right? We're there at the Yaya Center. Do you know that everybody thought he was a Nigerian and would not help him? It took us like an hour to get somebody to help us at the store, thinking that he was Nigerian. Traveling through Africa is one of the hardest things as an African. The discrimination I've seen other Africans give each other, the African Free Trade Agreement. And then you come out and you talk about Black Americans in that light, when all of these problems are happening with our brothers and sisters on the continent. And y'all say the worst things about one another. And the thing that I'm saying is, as a person that you got on, you didn't get on in Africa, bro. You got on in America. And through Black American hip hop, bro. So you should watch your mouth, bro. Seriously. Especially when you want to build your Akon village and all that stuff. And you got to watch how you talk, man. We got a lot of talented blacks in the world, and we got to have some kind of respect for each other. We do. If you're going to roast somebody, roast everybody. Like I do. When I get mad at black, I lay all of y'all out there all at the same time. And we got to have that kind of respect. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.